a cricketer playing now on the West Indies. But with retrenchment and unemployment figures on the rise, government's incompetence is among the people's cries. It is time to face the music, my friend, and realize we have come a long way. We have come a long way. We have come a long way. Yet we have a long way to go. Are you disappointed, my friend, at my reaction? We might disagree, but respect my opinion. Because that is one of the problems we have right here. People won't express themselves openly without fear. Sectarianism and party politics killing we dead. Artificial barriers prevent us from getting ahead. If we stop the ego trips and respect each other instead, we will be closer to social harmony. We have come a long way. People, let me tell you, we have come a long way, oh Lord. We have come a long way. Truly, I can tell you, we have come a long way, oh Lord. We have come a long way. We have a national college to promote higher learning. We have
And good night to you, Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Once again, it is time for Talking Points. My name's Sheldon Scott. I'm here with you up until the 10 o'clock hour.
We have promoted much local skill and talent.
And a happy new year to each and every one of you.
We have developed incentives to promote sports and culture.
It is the beginning of the year in which we celebrate our 50th anniversary of independence.
Their contributions, we turn our backs just so. If this is development, then my friend, I want you to know we have come a long way. We have come a long way. We have come a long way. Yet we have a long way.
Let me say a special good night to each and every one of you. Hope you all have been having a fabulous night and have had a fabulous weekend. In whichever way you decided to bring in the new year 2024.
My friend, if you feel that I have been away too long, and I have no facts, you have never been more wrong.
As you can see, we've been doing one or two little adjustments in the studio and so on.
In the government or party.
Let me say a special good night to each and every one of you joining us. I'm not sure if 91.9 is on with us. I'm not absolutely sure. Yeah, somebody let me know.
Settled for second place.
I didn't officially inform, although I've been saying that I would be starting back tonight. I did not officially inform, so I'm not sure if we're up.
These answers are never easy. We have come,
and of course, we're going to keep the phone lines open. It's our first program for the week.
We have come a long way, oh Lord. We have come a long way. Truly, I can tell you, we have come
so once again, Happy New Year to each and every one of you.
We have come a long way. Local artists now.
And it's back to school, so let me say good night to the children. Zoe, good night to you. Zayla, good night to you. Zalia, good night to you. Neela and Namara and Sean, good night to all of you. I'm saying it early because you can't stay up late tonight. School reopened, so back to school.
Your carnival. We have come a long way. We have Carriacou Regatta, a regional festival. Yet when I open the paper and see Grand Lake up for sale, Bank of Commerce next in line, privatization gone large scale. That don't seem to me like progress, so I will.
But a song like that, man, just write that song, boy.
We have come a long way. We have come a long way. Yet we have a long way to go. Oh, yeah.
Let me say a special good night to the New York support group. No, most of you are here.
We have come a long.
So sing a special good night to you.
We have a long way to go.
Let me see who is on the YouTube tonight. And yeah, just remember to phone a friend, tell a friend. Talking Points is on Ashma Charles, Michelle Alexander, Shanron Thomas, Sherma Jeremiah, Anne-Marie Celestine Grant, Kathleen Ledlow, Gavin Thomas, Marilyn Panchu, Jackie Raymond, Janice Mitchell, Marilyn Ferguson, Alban. Good night to you, bro. Agnes Henry, Errol Bonaparte, Beavis, John, Gosville. Good night. Public Notice, good night to you. Christine Otley, Velma Pascal, Good Life, Dominic Antwine, Faith Lynn Hallie Douglas, Mayana Julian, Deborah Laborde, Jacinta Alves, Jerome Lewis, Dan Batiste, Jack Kitman, good night, bro. Kathleen Knights, Cynthia, good night to you. And let me see, Baby Daddy, what's up, bro? Kathleen Knights, Kathleen Knights, you get twice. Claude Abraham, good night to you. Claude, check your WhatsApp. Jesse Sherry, good night. Miriam Samuel, Hillary Joseph, Alan Jones, good night to you and Michelle. And well, I guess Zoe, she won't separate already, but Zoe too. Nice. Adrian Watts, good night to you. And the Home Circle, good night to your lovely wife. Stephanie John, good night to you and the Home Circle, Tati, your husband, everybody. Maud Martin, Esther Frederick, GJ, good night. Rosemary Holas, Angie, Ann Andrews, Phyllis Mitchell, Vanessa Lalji, Jocelyn Matheson. Let me see who else has joined us. There's Cindy Thomas, Brian Joseph, Oswald Belfon, Kim Creedland, Sky, Chucky McIntyre. Good night to all of you. Let me see who is over on the Facebook quickly. Dr. Julie Dubois, good night to you. USC Force. Right, Charmaine Ragbasing and Jackson, Phyllis Ramsey, Maudlin Bartholomew, Wallan Akwat, and the Landon Jane, Cicely Celestine, Etta Batiste, McLean Mitchell, Connie Tompkin, good night to you. Sonny Isle, Shemi Joseph, good night. Landon Jane, Gillian Prescott, Raul Lewis. Let me see, yeah, Jesse Sherry, I see you there too. Nice, right. Let me see, Sherry Noel, Ingrid Bourne, Martin Charles, Louisa Williams, good night. Brenda Phillip, good night. Etta Batiste, Leslie James, Kenrick Gibbs, Wendy Ann McGuire, Nercia, Happy New Year to you. June Julian, Lisa Aberdeen, Adorable Kathy Gilbert Levine, good night to you, cuz. Cleaver Williams, Mavis Thorne, Joan Henry, Diego Humphrey, Anna Lewis, Lisa Aberdeen, Bernadette Joseph, good night to each and every one of you. I hope that you all are having and have been having a fabulous night thus far. One thing, they can accuse us of only playing these kind of tunes at this time of year because, as you know, we play it all the time, yeah.
I am a Grenadian. Yes, man.
Just making sure you all pump the numbers up. Come on, hit the like and subscribe. Those of you who are joining us for the first time or you have not yet subscribed, please ensure you subscribe to the YouTube page. Subscribe. There's a button there that you subscribe to. So every time we go live, you will get a notification. You also have, there's a bell, I think like a little bell next to the subscribe. You need to click on that and it's going to give you options. You click all so that every time we go live, be it with talking points or a press conference or whatever it is, you will get a notification coming up on your phone or computer or your tablet device telling you that we are going live. So those of you that have not yet subscribed, you need to ensure that you subscribe to the YouTube page. Those of you that have not yet followed the Facebook page, you need to do that. You need to click follow and follow the Facebook page. So each time we go live, you won't miss anything. You'll see that we are live, yeah?
I'll always be your support, right here by your side.
Glenda Robinson, I see you on the inside. Ron Dominic Benup, what's up, bro? Sunny Isle. Wilfred Antoine Carib Spice, Sandra Pascal. Girl, that thing go down nice, girl. What do you? Mommy George. I eating cake, I eating ham, I eating bread. Mommy George, thanks, eh? Nice. Bernadette Bridgman, Peter Andrews, Lona Lolo Williams, good night to you. Good night to all the listeners via We Noise Radio 94.9 broadcasting out there in Brooklyn. And those that are going to join us soon via 92.9 Sister Isle FM. Yes, we are broadcasting via Sister Isle FM as well. They usually join us from 9 p.m. Shanta Khan, good night to you.
They don't want to see a friend with your name on it.
Out there in Trinidad, Joyce, good night to you. I haven't seen you sign on yet. Joyce, what happened? You drink too much sorrel and thing.
Times to come is the bread they might have to eat. Listen, let we go. Oh, Grenada, Grenada, here I come. Sweet, sweet Grenada. I will never, ever let you down. Oh no.
And let me just read for you a message on behalf of Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, Leader of His Majesty's Opposition and former Prime Minister, on the passing of Mr. Basdeo Panday, the former Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, who died yesterday at the age of 90, I believe it was. Yeah, he was the Prime Minister of Trinidad between 1995 and 2001. And it says here, Leader of His Majesty's Opposition, Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, is saddened by the passing of an esteemed colleague and former Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Basdeo Panday, who served his nation with distinction and passed away on January 1st, 2024. Dr. Keith Mitchell expressed his deepest condolences to family, friends, and the people of Trinidad and Tobago as they mourn the loss of a visionary leader. According to Dr. Mitchell, Panday was a friend and a champion for the people, someone who demonstrated an unwavering commitment to regional unity. He said they both envisioned a Caribbean where solidarity and cooperation would pave the way for prosperity. Mr. Panday was an accomplished lawyer, trade unionist, economist, actor, and civil servant. Notably, he was the first person of Indian and Hindu descent to lead the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, a milestone in that nation's history. Dr. Mitchell also expressed his hope that the Caribbean community will continue to build on the foundation laid by leaders like Basdeo Panday, working towards marked by solidarity, resilience, and prosperity. So that was a press release on behalf of Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell on the passing of Basdeo Panday. He was the former Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago between the years 1995, yes, I believe 1995 to 2001. Also a former opposition leader, trade unionist. If you know about the Canefield Workers Union and so on, back in the day, Mr. Panday was very, very active in those movements.
I devote my heart, my body, and my soul. I stretch forth my helping hand to help you out. I haven't got diamond, silver, or even gold, but blessings I give to its west, north, and south. Oh, Grenada, Grenada, here I come. Sweet, sweet Grenada. I will never, ever.
So folks, remember to like and share.
Oh no.
Also remember, they're playing tune and they had to raise it a little bit, let the neighbors and them hear properly. You know?
Your support right here by you.
Right, 19 minutes after 8, time for us to get into we business, right?
I'm the wrong you.
Just letting you all know, let me make sure. Right, I clear it. I'm leaving the phone lines open so you can call at any time. Yeah, also I have got the reports the Royal Grenada Police Force have reported today on one attempted murder and possible suicide. So yeah, so that's yeah, we don't like to start the year like this, you know. Usually the island of Grenada, we know somewhere down 4 months, 5 months in the year is when you hear the first kind of thing like this taking place. But on the second day of the year, in my mind, it's a cause for a bit of concern. Yeah, in my mind, it's a cause for a bit of concern. All right. 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. Let me say a special Happy New Year to all the parliamentarians of the New National Party and the executive of the New National Party. I wish you all the health, prosperity, progress, and success in the year 2024 that is now upon us. Yeah? Nice. And the very same for all you loyal listeners wherever you are and whichever medium you use to listen to this program.
It's quite a long time now.
All of you that have contributed towards this program in whichever way, whether it's you're a constant caller, whether it's you're one of the people that I say, look, I need a headphone, and you say, well, look, shall I look a headphone? Whatever way that you have contributed towards the program, we want to say a special thank you to each and every one of you.
Some of your friends have done the backs on you. They don't want to see a friend.
Those of you who usually use the Go to Pay and would assist via, although I realize for the last 2 months or so, nobody ain't going there. But the Pay to Go, yeah, that little thing we just have on the site and there that you could donate a little $5, $10, $20, etc. Right. Those of you that do from time to time, send a little something there. Nice.
I will never ever.
Whether it's a 5, a 10, a 20.
Oh no. I'll always be your support right here by your side.
As I said, we are changing up things a bit. And we are expanding our our avenues of getting the information to you. So any assistance we receive in relation to doing that is, we're thankful for it, yeah? Those I have within the group, they know what I go through inside here. They know I have to continually turn my head. So let me say this though. Last week, there was a police promotion exercise that took place last week, Friday. And there was a promotion exercise on behalf of members of the Royal Grenada Police Force. And I need to say this. In all the years, you've heard little back and forth here. Somebody might decide, hey, I should have been promoted. And they would take whichever government it is to court. And they have a case going in the court because they believe that they've qualified to be promoted. And for whatever reason in their mind, they've been looked over. So they would do that sort of thing. And even with that happening, this is the first time that I've seen such outspokenness on behalf of the men and women of the Royal Grenada Police Force in relation to a promotion exercise. In fact, in at least 3 instances, I've seen officers that have posted online straight up, that's it for them. Yeah? That they have been contributing, that they have been working hard, that they are the ones that in specific areas, they are the ones that have to carry the workload. And at the end of the day, they are just constantly being overlooked when it comes to promotion. So that when it's time to do hard work, when you want somebody to do the hard work and make the RGPF and the country look good, that you call on these particular officers. But when come time to promote them, they've written the exam, they've passed. They have regional and international qualifications. Yet still, these officers have found themselves in situations where they are not being upgraded. They are not being given the opportunity. Yeah, they are not being given the opportunity to upgrade themselves and to receive a higher rank. Yet still, and I am not upset with anybody that has gotten their rank and so on. They've worked, and in my mind, they deserve. But there are others who are just as deserving as these individuals who are being overlooked. Yeah? And again, this thing seems to be a kind of, I don't know if you all have recognized that, but everything by this government seems to be a sort of knee-jerk reaction to things. So, you had the budget, which was, again, a non-event. The only good thing come out of the government was when the opposition was speaking. That's the only good thing that has come out from the budget. When Dr. Mitchell shredded what they put forward to show, listen, the things that you're claiming here are in spite of and not because of you. Because these are things that we spoke to in 2019, and then you had COVID in 2020 and 2021. So now you have been trying to actualize it since 2022, failed at that, and are trying to actualize it for 2023, failed at that, and now you're trying to actualize them for 2024. So it's it's nothing new. You just take the same juice and you pour it in another glass. Yeah? So that the budget itself was a non-event. Non-event. Yet still, when they realized that the main thing that came out from Budget 2024 was that parliamentarians would be receiving, in specific ministers, would be receiving a significant increase after the increase, the $24,000 a year that they took last year, that they are receiving significant increases. And they also stated that they have planned further increases. When they realize how the public servants reacted to that, when that news came out to the rank and file, yeah, to the receptionists, to the cleaners, to all the other people, to the members of the PWU, who know that, yeah, you're getting a 50-something% increase, but we only getting a 4%. But only getting a 50-something% increase with the intention of taking even more. When they realize the reaction, when they go to the ministerial complex and they realize, man only stoops in when they pass, and people watching them cut eye. And people, yes, minister, and they just normally come and say good morning and smile, they ain't doing it. When they realized that reaction, they came and they gave the 25% gratis payment to the workers, the public workers, and they say across the board and all these sort of things. Yeah? Only for the workers to realize that they ain't getting that before Christmas. And then on top of it, they have to cost you while they're giving you the 25% gratis. They're not saying, well, okay, you've worked hard for the year and so on, but they come and tell you, me and Santa Claus. So don't expect it every year. So next year, don't expect it. That sort of attitude that was displayed to the workers. Yeah, so it's like, we're giving you it this year, but don't expect it next year. Yeah? That sort of attitude, arrogant, saying that, oh, it's going to be based on performance. The same people who took over 50% increase in their salaries and so on, yeah, these people didn't do no assessment. In fact, the assessment is just about to come. Because if the Prime Minister is moving somebody from a ministry, it is not because that person has been performing well. Not in this instance. If he's removing you're going to see somebody performing well in a ministry, you're already limited in relation to your capacity. Because you have individuals who are now government ministers who never worked a single day in their life, but they are now government ministers. Yeah? So you are limited in your capacity for who you're going to place in other ministries, which is why I continue to say, no matter which way they turn it, a joker is still a joker, is still a joker. Yes, so they could shuffle it back as much as they want. They're going to continue only coming up with jokers on the top. Yeah? So we expect that sometime soon we will be hearing from the Prime Minister. I don't know what means he will use, and I will not suggest a means to the Prime Minister. I think they are quite capable, yeah, of finding the means to send that information out to the general public. And we already know they're bringing number 10 into the cabinet. We know that, yeah. We know that they're looking to move some of those younger MPs from the ministry, or they have them and chuck them in another ministry where they could create less damage. Yeah? I hearing things. I hearing they're going to put a certain man. I hear they're going to put a certain man in sports. I know you're putting a man in sports doesn't really exist again. Because right now, the body that has been created, yeah, that statutory body, the National Sports Council, is basically carrying out all of the functions of the Ministry of Sport. So you can chuck anybody in sport that you want right now. They ain't really have no work to do. It's going to be National Sports Council that doing all the work anyhow. Yeah? So that's just simply a means of maintaining an individual to give them the greatly increased salary that you all have just given to yourselves. I think it's time that this government faces the fact that what people want is not a shuffle within. They want a shuffle out. They want you gone. You're hearing on the streets and you're hearing from individuals all over that they've just had one of the worst Christmas seasons that they've ever seen. You're hearing it from vendors, you're hearing it from store owners, you're hearing it from the people who shop and so on. Christmas Eve, the main thing was when all the young people went in town during the night to Lime. But other than that, the business people are telling you that they had it hard. And then the vendors in town with the set up your tent here and then no, we have to move you from here, you have to go there. And then the threats from some of the vendors, that hey, we're going to pass through the police van and throw all your stuff on it and go with it. Don't come here, don't come there. People who have been vending for an extended period of time in the town of St. George. And I'm not saying that we leave them on the street, but I'm saying that you cannot treat them like animals. You cannot say to these people that, hey, you can no longer create a livelihood for your children and your family and maybe even your parents who may be elderly and at home depending on you, that you can no longer do that, that instead what you have to do is stay home. When you have empty spaces in the market and you have other places that you can create as vending spaces for these individuals. Yes, under the new National Party, you had times when you had to clear different areas in the streets and so, but you always had an interaction with the vendors. But instead of that, what you had this time, go and vend over on Granby Street. They over on Granby Street, and you tell them, no, you can't stay on Granby Street because you don't know how to control the traffic and so on. Because maybe they didn't take the traffic lights into consideration, but vending used to take place on Granby Street, right in front of LA Postal and so on there before. And the traffic, it didn't affect the traffic in town. But all of a sudden now it's affecting the traffic in town because, I don't know, maybe somebody that really can't handle the thing with the traffic was in charge. I don't know. But at the end of the day, they tell them, no, you can't stay here again. Today you have to move from here, you have to go there. And I mean, the people had this stuff come in and they're trying to get rid of it in the small window that Christmas allows, that they can dispose of these items. They were trying to do that. And what they were getting is the runaround. And I'm saying that was unfair to them. It was unfair to them. But these are just some of the things that we have taking place in our country right now. A caller called on my last program and they spoke in relation to the issue of the lights around the Carenage. Now, in my mind, the jury is still out on those lights, you know. In my mind, the jury is still out on them. Nice lights. Watch the sidewalk. Yeah? If you're going to do something like that, I would think that you do something in total so that you start some work on the sidewalk. And yes, we know that work has to take place on the sidewalk. Yes, no, we know that. But we're saying if you're going to put up the lights, to me it's like they paint a house that eaten out by termites. The building, if you take a cokie flex and you joke it to go through, but you paint it so it look nice. But at the end of the day, it's unsafe. So they put lights. Then it also affects the aesthetics of the Carenage. And I agree with the person who called and said that. Because I took the time, I looked at it myself, and I agree. It does affect the aesthetics of the Carenage, especially for visitors and for Grenadians alike. When you're walking around and you're trying to get a photo and so on, these poles in your way. Yeah? So as I said, the jury is still out on it. Yes, nighttime you put on the lights, it look nice, everybody watch, wow, look, lights on the Carenage, and everybody, pretty lights and so on. We don't know if the lights are permanent. We don't know if the lights are temporary. We don't know. Yeah? We don't know if they are permanent, if they are temporary, because if they are permanent, I can tell you some things now, but I hold it back still. So we don't know if they're permanent or they're temporary, what is taking place. I've heard stories about the connections between the companies that got the contract for how much thousands of dollars to do it and certain elements within the executive of the NDC and even within the committee itself. I've heard stories. You know, sometimes I envelope my drop, you never know. But I've heard stories. Yeah? Because some people like to talk about nepotism and all this sort of thing. But what I am seeing now is joke to anything that they have ever accused the new National Party of. Joke. Yeah? What they accused the NNP of was joke compared to what they're doing right now. So, we are in holding pattern for the cabinet shuffle. We want to hear I know everybody's interested in hearing. I was very interested in hearing the budget, but the budget turned out to be a non-event. Outside of the NNP people speaking there, it turned out to be a non-event. You understand? Yeah, it turned out to be a non-event. So I'm waiting to hear what is taking place when it comes to the cabinet shuffle, reshuffle, out shuffle, in shuffle. I hearing stories about who might be going totally out and who, I hear all kind of thing. But again, the Prime Minister is the one that holds those cards, and he's the one that will be saying what is what when the time comes. Yeah? Nice. I started my program without my water, you know. Cousin Margaret, good night to you and Moulton. Ira Rastakos. Blessed good night, man. Beverly and Mommy, good night to both of you. Uncle Bar, good night. To my good friends out there in Pity Martinique, I say a special good night to each and every one of you. As I said, the phone number 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. I'm really interested in seeing what some of the other initiatives for the independence are. Now, I know there's one event that I really think that it's a wonderful one, but that's a show by Made in Grenada. Yeah, that's Mr. Dexter Mitchell and his crew. They're having a show with a lot of the old Calypsonians, and so I'm looking forward to that event. But outside of that, and outside of Independence Day, the stadium, and so on, I'm still trying to, and listen, right now it is the 2nd of January. So I'm still trying to figure out like what major things coming up. But remember, these people have 15 million, 15 million that they have to spend for the independence. So I'm still waiting to hear where it's here.
Good Lord, it's time now that I should leave. This whole experience had me intrigued.
Will also be interesting to see who are the ones who would be awarded for the independence if they are having independence awards this year. Going to happen last year. So let's see if they're having on the 50th anniversary of independence, if they are going to have independence awards, national awards, and who will be awarded. I'm very interested. I'm hoping, considering it's our 50th anniversary of independence, that they don't take it totally, as they are doing with everything else, totally political line with it. Let's see who will be awarded, yeah? No, not me. I will never be awarded. Me, are you mad? I already win Man of the Year last year, you know. Yeah, I was Man of the Year last year. That good enough for me, eh? Because that's the same one they say don't bother with around this time last year, but you see by the end of the year, all of them free, they're listening every night to see if the name call. And that's not due to me, that's due to you. Yeah, so I'm really interested to hear what else, because I see the lights. All right, okay, some people may like it, some people may not like it. How does the light play into anything else? What else is going to be taken? Remember again, let me say it again. These folks have got $15 million to do this thing. So if you're taking $15 million to do this thing, you got to do it good. You got to do the thing the right way. So I'm very interested. I want to know What are going on do with that? I'm looking to see. Can't hear nothing. We have a call online. Good night.
Yeah, Mr. Carter. Yeah.
Hi, night.
Yeah, honestly, thank you for the program and you bring for all the information, man. Your program alone, I learned a lot from your program. Because the first time I hear about AI was from you, you know. And I have never exposed the permission. I never make a speech after that. You can't make a good speech after that.
They're still using it, brother. I could tell. They're still using it.
Since after you divorce that, I realize you can't make a proper speech again. But I think I'm not calling that you for that. First work, I never heard about that before. And then you need to even the same phone too when you're using some program. You just realize that after you just popping up on program of the nature starts popping up on
because your phone listening to you. Yeah.
Yeah, so when you see I see wo by your so true. And they are getting a lot from you. Getting a lot from the program. I also miss it. Yeah.
Thank you,
so
brother.
Take care.
All right,
yeah,
thanks. Right. Yes, indeed. Yeah, what you mentioning there's you have that issue where sometimes you're saying something, you're talking about something, and suddenly you see it popping up on your phone. It is because you have to actually disable it. And one night I may go through and show you all how to disable it. But you've got to disable that because your phone is actually listening to everything that's going on around you. So if your phone realizes that you're continually talking about breadfruit, something with breadfruit go show up. If you're continually talking about Kia motor cars is going to show up on your phone and so, yeah? 440-7377, that's 440-7377. Yeah, let me just clear it. Nice, yeah. Yes, indeed. A good friend of mine is just reminding me that under the New National Party, you had, after COVID, you had the Festival of Lights on the Carenage, but that was done differently because you had events and so on. So it's not just We Had Lights Day, but you had other things that were taking place that fed into that. So they're trying to kind of replicate what was done there while expanding on it, but yet still there were the activities and so on. But again, people that say again too much advice. I don't get no advice. Let it do the thing.
It should leave. This whole experience had me intrigued. I can't believe the act that I come to see. This little island.
Because I'm hearing now that the fireworks that are going to be used for the independence, you know, you have people here, you have many people here who can and who have been doing fireworks over the years. And they've been doing an excellent job at it. Yeah, they've been doing an excellent job, although I must apologize. I can't say whether it was nice or whatever all year's night because I fell asleep about 10 o'clock and the next time I opened my eyes was somewhere around 5 New Year's morning. I didn't even know any fireworks go off, anything, nothing. I wake up, I sleep through all of that. Yeah, sometimes I was tired. So I slept through all of that. But you have competent and you have capable people here. And instead of using who you have here, from what I am hearing, out of that 15 million, they're going to take a lot of it to burn it up in the sky in fireworks, but not even using the locals. Even if you're going to spend how much money out of that, and you say you're going to do it and you're going to do it using locals, is one thing because at least you're providing opportunities and employment here for Grenadians. But they've already contacted entities outside of the island of Grenada with the full intention of them being the ones to guide the fireworks and so for the independence, because apparently like our people ain't good enough, or apparently our people can't learn to go and do certain things, so they outsourcing it. For your 50th anniversary of independence, you're showing a lack of independence, but anyhow, that is just me, all right? That's why I hear, so I buy, so I sell.
Oh Lord, the action getting real.
Let me say a special good night to the men and women of the Royal Grenada Police Force.
But they want to stop. I see a woman.
Some man say, we ain't know who going on march and thing. After they hear, because remember, the 25% come after them police and them start to talk and say, hey, well, we ain't know who going on march and thing, you know, because all kind of people get increase in the budget and we ain't get none. So them police and them was making noise on social media. And then you hear bim, 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 you hear 25% sharing lap and cut. But they still taking tax out of the 25%. Yeah? Ask them if they gain had to pay tax on their allowances and so ask them. And asking them is one thing, because these people just lie bad. All you actually had to provide proof to me, or let's say in a show, seriously. I'm still waiting, this is it was in 2022 that the statement was made about a cabinet, and not forgetting it, about a cabinet conclusion that accuses the New National Party of illegal activities, and it was supposed to go to FIU and all kind of thing. Right. That accusation was made in the year 2022, in the year 2024, and we're still waiting on that cabinet conclusion, Mr. Prime Minister.
Good Lord, it's time now that I should leave.
Seed people, I really hope all you get the money this time, because last time Minister was saying all you getting 150 and then boom, all you didn't, somehow they end up off the program. So let's hope that because you can't trust what they say, yeah?
Sugar Adams once ruled this show. You but and Django follow. Right now it's Flurry, Jack and Luxin. But these men rule the ring. Tell me how. I says I wanna never see tell me how. I tell me how. Do you think I Jama? Tell me how. I says I wanna never see tell me how. I tell me how.
And folks will be joined shortly by our listeners via 92.2, 92.9. 92.9 out there in Carriacou, And for those of you that can make it, Carriacou, kayak mass is coming up, So all the men outsourcing the fireworks and all kind of thing. What kind of nonsense is that? Good night, Mr. Scott. Happy New Year. Can you extend New Year greetings and blessings to Mommy George and the rest of the Talking Points family, please? And may God continue to bless and keep you safe for 2024. Keep up the good work and keep the family strong with love. Yes, my love. Thank you so very much. And I know Mommy George is listening and she here. Pinky. Always saying, when it comes to shuffling the cabinet, Mr. Prime Minister, fire your Minister of Health. We ain't asking you, we ordering you. We're not asking you, we're not requesting nicely of you, and we're not telling you, take this for consideration. This is the advice we're giving tonight. They say we just give advice and it does take this advice. Fire your Minister of Health. Because if you're not firing your Minister of Health, it ain't make no sense you shuffle no cabinet. And along with your Minister of Health, you need to fire your Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture. You need to go. Because remember, kind of what going on now supposed to be under run. Is you, is that all this thing, that is culture, that is all of this under you. Yeah? You don't have sports to worry about. The National Sports Council dealing with most of those things. So you don't have that to worry about. You don't have youth to worry about because, plain and frank, all you do nothing since all you come in except destroy programs. And except get rid of people from, and don't try that stupidness with me about we're not getting rid of people and we're getting permanent employment. People getting in permanent employment in spite of and not because of you. It's based on the performance of the individual. It's not because government come and say, get out wanna work, that they will get our work. They are getting the employment in spite of you and not because of you. Their performance on the job has been exemplary, and as such, different entities have decided to engage these people. Some of them in contract, some of them, yes. So we have a caller on the WhatsApp, I think it is. Yeah. Hello, good night.
Hello.
Hi, good night. Your live caller, go right ahead. Hello, go right ahead, caller.
Hello, Sheldon.
Yes, go ahead, go ahead.
Hello.
I'm good. Go ahead, caller.
Sheldon, I'll ask you a question. If you could find any ministry that getting about 60% for the year and it was at the day government, that minister should not reshuffle that minister. You should leave in the position. And Brother Sheldon, that question, why I ask that question? Because when you take a look into all the different ministries is a failure. Because from the Ministry of Folks coming which is headed by the Prime Minister, it is a failure. And culture, health, youth, and many of the ministries, they are failures. Right? So reshuffling the cabinet, it don't make a difference. It don't make a difference because you put them in different place, it is same thing. It is same thing. And I remember that I'm just said in the campaign, all of them need to go back they should go in training school and see what the government said they coming to pass out because they cannot manage the ministry, right? They don't know what's going on. And when you ask them to speak about the ministry they under, they can't say nothing. And I do believe why they can't say that because nothing going on in that under that ministry that they head in because they don't know what they have to do. You know, like you give a man and think about something and they go and do something. You don't know if it's good or bad. You just go and do it. And Brother Sean, what I recognize many of things that you see that government go and do is because of the talking point program. Right? They make some changes. So people will say, well, they don't say we make a lot of noise. But that noise that we making, they listening to the noise and they taking heed. And they taking heed. And what shall I have to say against some to the Grenadian people? We know what's going on in the country. Right? And let us, all the NMP supporters that did not vote, those who went and vote for NDC, and those that did not vote, time to come back into the house. Because the door is open, and you have children that reach the age to get registered, encourage them to go and register. Encourage them to go and register. And when you encourage them, let them know what is going on in the country. Let them know what is going on in the country. So you could speak to them and say what was happening under the previous government to this present government. Let them know what is going on because some of the young people like they don't listen already, they know what's going on. So it's up to these elders who know what is going on to educate the young ones. Because what the government will do, they will come and try to say things about to young people, things that sound nice in the ears of the people, the young people to get a vote. But we who know what we are going through at this present time, the young people who don't know, we have to educate them, let them know what is going on in our country. Let them know. So I call upon the people of Greater Caribbean Diplomatic, you have a voice to speak. Right? Freedom of speech. Once you do it in the right way and speak about the ill and the wickedness that are going on in the country, don't know why you could do anything. Once you disrespect people, all right to do it in a respectful way. Respectful. And Brother Sheila, I want to wish all the Talking Point family Happy New Year and I wish everyone will be in perfect health for the New Year and many more years to come. Brother Sheila, have a blessing.
All right, thank you. 440, and same to you as well, brother. 440-7377 347, and let me just get that call. Hello, good night. Hello,
good night, Senator Scott.
Hey, how you doing, bro?
Good night, Senator Scott. Happy New Year, man.
Same to you, bro. Many happy returns.
Yeah. And I hope you go from strength to strength,
Yes.
As the revolution should say, forward never, backward never.
Of course, man. That's how we had to move.
But something I call it a financial challenge. What is going on with the barbers and the hairdressers and them?
They gave
earlier in the year, the government made a big fuss.
They gave a further extension.
What is going on?
I'm glad you asked that question. They gave a further extension for the barbers and so on to get certified and registered. They gave a further extension. But here's what. They gave a further extension, yet still the Allied Healthcare Council is still not yet capable of properly carrying out the duties it has to ensure that these people get certified and registered.
So who planned that, Chella? Who was the planner in this?
Man, they want to blame the New National Party. Is Laco's signature on it, So I don't know who they want to blame.
Yeah, because Sister Jenny, same thing she says, square holes. It's just square holes, man. Nothing is right. Everything is wrong.
So listen,
that means you don't know how to run things.
My friend, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question though. If you've got somebody like the Minister of Health who has been a massive failure, massive failure,
yeah,
how do you take such an individual and place them in another ministry? You've got somebody like, for instance, the Minister of Youth and Sport, and I will always speak about the Ministry of Youth and Sport because it hurts me to see what has been done to that ministry, that before the rest of the Caribbean used to be looking at us, at Grenada, as the flagship country when it comes to youth and sport. You go to an international conference, it's Grenada they want to represent everybody else. We had to speak on behalf of everybody. We were the model people coming here to see what we're doing, asking us to come and show them what we're doing. Now Grenada gone to nothing. Nothing when it comes to youth and sport. Which other OECS territory could I be speaking about winning gold medals and medals at the Olympic Games and Pan American, sending people and know that you're coming back with a medal to Commonwealth Games or Pan American Games or Olympic Games or World Championships? Only Grenada in the OECS could I be speaking like that? Where we at now?
What you going to do? You know, so you buy for yourself. You understand me? A man drop from the sky and he come and tell us everything in Grenada going to be great. And everybody jump up. Yeah, give them a chance. I say, but they don't have no experience.
Grenada is not a raffle. Grenada is not a raffle. They can't be given chance. Yeah, Grenada is not a raffle.
I say it's different. You know? Grenadians looking for dollars, they're getting cents. They're looking for dollars, and all what they're getting is cents. The dollars going to those ministers. You're going to give them promotion, and you're going to say, well, you're shuffling your cabinet. So you just give a man $5,000-$6,000, and then you're going to just shuffle him and throw him aside. You're working back to front. Do what you have to do, then people could say, that one didn't want it, so you're right not to give a one nothing. This one didn't want it, and this man here, but what you going to do? As Pastor I say, who wants passport, just come.
And a lot of people are thinking, that his initial statement was the false one. His second statement was the false one. Grenada is still, as of January 2024, processing applications of individuals from Russia. They are still doing it. They have not stopped. They have based their income for the year 2024 solidly on that pipeline, as they call it, of Russian applications, where, according to Section 5 of the agreement that they signed with the Treasury Department of the U.S., now here's what, if the Treasury Department of the U.S. vex with us, you know, we're going to end up having problems with counterpart banking.
Put up that. That is very important. And you put it up once or twice. Always put it up to show it to Grenadian people. Show it to the world. Because there are some of us in the diaspora don't believe until they see for themselves. Because you speaking truth, you have facts. Master Carl speaking truth, you have facts. Andre speaking truth, you have facts. Jenny speaking truth, she has facts. You know what I mean? Master James speaking truth, you have facts. So we have to follow it. Learn, educate ourselves. If we don't do that, we're creating a problem not only for we, but for children and for grandchildren. You understand? The Prime Minister can't find words again because he had to come with it from the heart, and he wasn't coming from the heart. He's coming from some, I don't know if it's some data or some bank. I don't know how to call it. But what he was telling us was not true. It was not true. And now the Grenadian people is figuring him out. You understand? The Prime Minister is a fake. And there's no excuse for that. He's a liar. And there's no excuse for that. You understand? So right now, that's why he's taking a back seat and he's thinking how to come forward. You understand me? He never played sports with us, so he don't know how to bring the ball forward. You understand? He don't know how to spin the ball. You understand me? Chances start batting out a crease. Chances take over this government batting out a crease. Mr. Prime Minister, let someone teach you how to play the game and start batting in your crease. Because what you've been doing to us is not nice. And that's all I will say at this time. Have a good day, Sherlon.
All right, brother. Have a good night. 4407377. And for those of you out there in the diaspora, 347-329-3101. Or you can call us on the WhatsApp. That's 4407377. Now, some of you who are outside of Grenada and trying to call us on the WhatsApp, when you're saving the number, you need to put first a plus sign 1473-440-7377. So you must put the plus sign first, or sometime WhatsApp doesn't recognize the number, right? So you put a plus sign 1473-440-7377, and you'll be able to call us via WhatsApp. All right? Nice. All right, so 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. We haven't put the overseas number on WhatsApp yet. Yeah, I'll think of doing that one soon, and you can call in on that. But yeah, and two of the callers have made a point there that I think we need to understand as well. Our young people, this administration is preying on our young people. They are the ones that they are focusing on to save them at the polls. They are the ones who, while you might watch something and you don't like it, you at the age of 40 or 50 or 60 above, you might watch something. You might watch the way somebody dress. You might watch the way somebody act. Or you may even listen to a statement that that person is saying. What they are utilizing is an article, an instrument in political science called dog whistle politics. It will not be a message to you, but it's a message to the young people. Yeah? And none of the messages that they are sending to those young people are messages that are truthful, that are reasonable, that are sensible, that are based on fact. They are simply window dressing stuff. So you go online. Let's use the example here of the MP for St. John. You go to COP, the biggest meeting in relation to climate change for the whole of the year 2023. Other countries come back, they're able to say, well, okay, well, there's access to funding, there's access to 20 million for this year. I think we may be able to get some of that money. We may not be able to take the full 20 million, but 5 million can help us do that project in this area in St. John, or we can get 3 million for a project in St. Patrick or so. You ain't hear that. All you're hearing is, well, we must travel. No, you don't must travel. Traveling is not a must. Yeah? Traveling is not a must. There's a difference between want to and have to. A major difference between want to and have to. So you don't have to travel. You want to travel. When under the new National Party, you go to COP, you come back, you better come back with some money. Yeah? Or at least access to it in the near future. Which is why the person who was the minister under the new National Party is now playing that major role in relation to climate change. That's Mr. Simon Steele, former Senator Simon Steele. Out of Carriacou. Good night, Carriacou. Yeah? He's playing a major role when it comes to climate change. Not because he like to travel and jump a plane and you hear Simon out there and Simon. When Simon come back with money for Grenada. The same money that Ollie utilizing to do all kind of projects now. So when you think money for things like the fort and all these different things and them, it's through initiatives with climate change along with other things that you're able to access money for climate resilience, town of St. George and the green climate and the blue economy and all these things. Instead of just going and liming. Because that's what they're doing. They're going and lime in these things. Instead of going there and try to bring back benefits for the Grenadian people. No benefits. They ain't coming back with benefits for the Grenadian people. It's not about jumping a plane and going and lime. And then, Such a massive failure as a minister. Where do you take them and place them? Except in the back bench. Where do you take them and place them? Such a massive failure. All when you look through those ministries and you really realize the amount of failures that you're seeing as government ministers. Come on. The Ministry of Agriculture. They get money hototo for the year 2023. What did they do? They didn't even utilize the money that they get. Then they blaming, oh, the place the hot and we had. No, that's why you're supposed to utilize all the money. Because you're supposed to make sure that farmers were able to access funds to help save them in such a situation. But instead of that, they didn't utilize the money. Yeah? Where do you take such failures and place them? Because they are failures. It's not if, what, or but about it. You look at their reporting, the Minister of Health stand up and he tell you, go and look, you go give a... That was the most disrespectful statement I've heard in Parliament in many, 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 many years. That I ain't reporting on that to all you. Go to that link and all you go find it. How dare you? You take that failure and put them... And listen, none of this is personal, you know. Let me just tell you all. None of this is personal. We're just speaking the facts as they are. We have a group of people that very adept at lying from the head come right down. They're very adept at lying. That it has gotten to the stage that we cannot trust anything that they say. Because they are very adept at lying. We have a group of people that are doing worse than the accused the New National Party are doing in every area. The same people. I showed you all the other night the statement by Brother Andy when it came to the issue of cabinet reshuffle. So I'm waiting to see in the reshuffle what he had to say about being reshuffled, because he said cabinet reshuffles don't make sense and all that kind of thing. So I'm waiting to see. Yeah? Always have certain people I believe would not be shuffled, but others will be, but that will be as it is. As again, it's not in my hands and it's the Prime Minister's hand, but we're just making sure that the Prime Minister know under no circumstances will Grenadians accept him keeping the present Minister of Health in that portfolio. Nor the present Minister of Sport, nor the present Minister of Climate Change, nor the present Minister of Education, nor the present Minister of Social Development. Don't feel that the others do good. The Minister of Agriculture had to go too. Yeah? The Minister of Agriculture had to go too. We hearing about... What about the Minister Prime Minister used the Minister of Infrastructure, you know? And I seem to remember, folks, bear me out if I'm remembering correctly, that Molyneux Road supposed to finish in January. That is this month, isn't it? For those of you that are in that area, for those of you that are living in that area, those of you that are living in Molyneux, message me, WhatsApp me. I want to know if we get in that road in January in truth. I fed up passing all our... I love Mount Morris, believe me. I lived in Mount Morris. I love Mount Morris. Mount Morris is a lovely place. Lovely people. Yeah? Once they take for you, they take you. Once they like you, they like you. Yeah? That is Mount Morris people for you. Yeah? I love Mount Morris. But it's hard to drive right or wrong and all that. And then it's affecting the buses and so on the West Coast. It's affecting them. Because some of them, after they make that wrong and they make that, they want to make a late trip again. So it's affecting them. Right? So we're hearing, because this project ought to have been completed already, but it has lied so much that we can't even trust their word that it will be completed in January. Remember, the Prime Minister who told us, I'm not playing clips tonight, but believe me, this week we will be playing clips. The Prime Minister that told us that within 12 months they go regularize the people with the contract, came back and told us he didn't say that. Until we played, but he come back and he didn't say that. Yeah? So we cannot trust what they say in relation to anything. We need a new Minister of National Security. The Royal Grenada Police Force is in disarray. Let me say it again. You have senior officers contacting journalists to try and attack junior officers. What nonsense is that? Senior officers contacting journalists and giving them stories to attack junior officers. you have an exodus taking place from the ranks of the Royal Grenada Police Force at the same point in time that you have had spikes in one of the most frightening type of crime, gun crime. You had a spike in murders. Other areas may be going down, but you're saying that we should not be concerned about these areas? And while that is happening, for you to try and retain the brain power that you have in there and the skill sets that you have inside there, you all are doing everything to force these officers out, to make them want to go. So we need a new Minister of National Security. The Prime Minister had to fire himself. He had to fire himself on infrastructure because, quite frankly, he has done absolutely nothing since assuming the portfolio except breathe hot air. Nothing. No achievement to show. Not a single thing. Yeah? Nothing. And now, mashing up national security, get rid of the advisor. He need to go, fire that advisor. He need to go. Along with the minister, two of them need to go. Go and ask the police officers, they will tell you that. The national security advisor needs to go because he advised, you take the worst commissioner we've ever had in the history of Grenada. The worst. I make him national security advisor. Look at the state of the Royal Grenada Police Force. Look at the state of the Coast Guard Immigration. Look at the state of them. Whether it's the police ban, and everybody looking forward to the police ban, it's Christmas, Independence coming up. So everybody looking forward to the Royal Grenada Police Force ban, and for them, you're looking for the little, and your man saying, hey, I go in. Me ain't taking part in that. We have a caller online. Hello, good night.
Yeah, hello. Hello, good night.
Good night.
Sheldon, we just cannot pick you up. We're not hearing you. We're not hearing what you're saying.
I don't know how come, because I think that might be a problem on your end because everybody else seems to be okay.
No, we are living in St. Andrews. There's no we can't hear you at all.
What are you listening? Okay, hold. Before we go further, what are you listening on?
Huh?
Where are you listening? You're listening on the internet? You're listening on radio? Where are you listening?
Internet.
Where are you listening on the internet? YouTube or Facebook?
Yeah, in Subiz.
No, you're listening on Facebook or YouTube?
Facebook.
I'm not seeing anybody complaining there, so it must be a problem on your end.
Well, perhaps.
Yeah,
well, maybe.
You gotta get somebody to check the volume on your item because I'm not seeing anybody else complaining here. Usually with an issue like that, I'd see multiple people complaining. Yeah, but I'm not seeing it.
Yeah.
So, okay, yeah. And my audio is okay in here, yeah? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because
okay, brother. All right. Yeah, usually with something like that, I have a crew of people here and I get about 20 messages already saying, hey, fix that. Yeah, but I haven't seen that. All right? So, yeah. I've not seen anything, yeah. So I'm saying that what is taking place there with the Ministry of National Security, give somebody who has the ability, give somebody who has the competency, get somebody who know what they're doing. Because the present Minister of National Security is a failure. And we're not basing that on murder figures, etc. You know. We could do that if we want to be like other countries, we could do that. But we're basing that on the fact of, look at the state of the Royal Grenada Police Force. You're having 3-week course. Wouldn't take longer than that. 3-week course for police officers now. That's what we get to. We have a call online. Good night. Hello, good night.
What's going on now, show?
Hey, I'm good, man. Go right ahead. And a happy new year to you.
Before I start, happy new year to you as two boss. Before I start off, the gentleman that just called you there and think about hearing on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
When you're starting on Facebook, if you have a video that is showing, sometimes you'll see the little speaker sign and you have an X on it. If you click on it, you'll hear the when the person talking, you have to click on it. So if you inform him and tell him to click on it, you will hear when you're talking. Facebook does have that kind of feature.
Mm-hmm.
Right. To jump into the point now, a lot of promises has been made, and up to now, I'm not hearing back on a feedback. on whether things are going forward. But right now, it look like things going backward instead. Because this modern year road up there, and I'm telling you, the trials and tribulations I seen with that modern year road, somehow and somewhere in my mind, it done telling me already, when that road is finished, okay, give it maybe about 6 months, and you might just hear the road break down. Because they had people working every day to do this modern year road. Now you have people working day and night to reach a deadline that I doubt y'all might reach. All right? And watching how this modern year thing is, up to now I ain't see a back wall yet. You just have all this mud on the side. When big rainfall come down, now that you go wash down into the road, that don't make no sense. And then now, down below, I don't see they do any structure for down below. Well, so I feel like there is a fail there.
I'm not an engineer, but what I'm saying is that we were promised, and some folks have confirmed it here for me, that we were promised that that project would be completed. We're not saying that, okay, it's 2 days in giant complete. I'm asking, from what folks are seeing, does it look like that project could really be completed this month? Yeah?
Nope. Nope, never. You had to give that road day and maybe another 2 to 3 months max to be completed.
Well,
watching how things are moving,
luckily,
that's how I'll say it.
Luckily, we are in the dry season, what you usually refer to as the dry season, although we does get some serious rain when we're ready this time of year. So let's hope that they make hay while the sun shines.
Because if that rain fall down, it will be problem. Real problem.
It's been way too long. The project should have been completed by now if Tweedledee and Tweedledum didn't go and interfere with the design and try to remove contractor and all sorts of consultants and so on, and had to come back to the vomit. So we need to ensure that the project is completed as soon as possible, and I think the residents of the West Coast, those people who are going through the trials and tribulations because of what is taking place, need to ensure that their voices are heard. They are the ones that are to be going through to the bus drivers, everybody.
But that is another concern, because I was speaking with somebody the other day, and the person agreed with me, and they said, with something like that, a big major issue like that, that is kind of keeping down with the tourism and all the health sectors and everything right now, because that road is a main road that you can't even access anymore. You have to pass through Mount Morris just to do this and do that. That keeping a whole lot of businesses back. And as how he said, really and truly, why don't the government and the previous government don't just come together as one? Right now, all they can study about politics right now. All they are trying to get the country back up and running. But one political party trying to fight on the other, and the other not even in the party. I don't understand. Every day I only hearing about people only saying about NMP this, NMP that, NMP so and so. But how come I'm not hearing NMP going back and bashing all year? Why are they only thinking like that? I try to understand. Is it that the country is running on bashment and only on a party only bringing on another person? Or is the country trying to develop itself, with some party trying to help and secure a stability? But I'm not seeing that. People outside there need help and they can't even get it. Now they promise the road and they say it's this month that this would have happened. Well, we just had to give them until the end of the month and see what would go on. Now they came up with this minimum wage thing. They promised that on the 4th of January 2024, salary will be increased. Up to now, I hear nothing about that get back either.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to know what's going on. Because if all they're playing bushwhack with me, I tell them straight up. A lot of people don't have it in their head because I heard a lot of feedback from people for Christmas Day. They say that is the worst. The worst. That is a one-time all they will be getting. If all they don't pull all their socks and straighten all their shut and tighten all their belt, a one-time all they will be getting. On a serious note, because people don't have a problem with giving another party a try. They don't have a problem. You want to see what you will do different than what the previous party did. But this thing about bashing down and making promises and you're not even keeping the promises, and then you're coming down on certain people, and then you're going around and acting like, okay, you're not being okay, we's the best, we helping out. I don't find like all they need to be inside of there. I don't think all they deserve to be inside there anymore. The health sector is done bad already. People are getting problems that there's no jobs. You're saying that, oh, you're trying to create jobs, but you're not even listening to certain people with certain ideas. And you're only just coming down on certain people. Look at people for Christmas. Some people, they didn't even have anything. Some of them get paid late. You understand? A lot of people in the market, when I went down in the market, people saying this is the worst Christmas ever. Some of them had things there and they don't even get sell. I pass in the market and I watching people taking all the goods, and when they have to go home on a Saturday, they say they're not going home with anything. They just take it and they just throw it in the bin. You watching bags of orange, lime, carrots and all kind of things just day in them, bin on them, and like, well, what's going on? Because people just getting fed up. People trying to help out people, but there's so much that some people can do. And if the government saying, okay, well, they're giving a hand in certain things, why every time when they give out a hand, the first thing you jump up and say is, I have to pay? If you're giving a hand, give a hand. If you're putting out a percentage on what we have to pay, just say it straight up. Don't come and tell us in the late wrongs. Right now, you're making a lot of people get so vexed with y'all right now. That right now, they don't even want to hear nothing they have to say right now.
Because, my friend, they keep lying. They keep lying. It's becoming difficult to listen to this administration because you are pretty sure when they're making statements that there are severe case of falsities inside of there. That's a nice way of saying they're lying. They're
Definitely
lying. They are strangers to the truth. But anyway, we'll talk again, my brother. Thank you so very much for your call.
Don't worry, man. Don't worry. I just waiting to hear. I'm waiting to hear the wages. A lot of people waiting for the increase.
Well,
and if they don't get an increase,
I can show some people what it would
problems.
be. I can show some people what it could be. But let's take another call. Thank you very much. All right, bro.
All right, enjoy.
Yeah, let's just take another caller one time as they call it. Hey. What do this thing? Behave yourself. Hey. What does do that? Yes, so while we have that call connecting, yes, I can let you all know about the minimum wages that are effective as of yesterday. Let me cut off this, let the person call back because it seems as though it's giving some problem. I'll take this call in the interim. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night. How are you doing, man?
I am quite fine, bro. And how are you?
Happy New Year to you.
Yes.
I'm not sure if you're getting feedback. Let me just stop it.
I'm not getting a piece of feedback. You're good how you did.
Okay. First of all, I sent you a message about Minister 9. It's not like I wasn't hearing the audio, but the audio is very low because I was listening with my speakers right up, and it is considerably low. I'm listening in my headphones now, and it's quite considerably low also. And I'm in the South, right? But one question I have to ask, I had something else in my mind, but it slipped my mind. But anyhow, one question I have to ask about the road, right? Are we going to be building the road? Are we going to be building the road to say we're meeting a perceived deadline that we gave out, or are we building the road to actual specifications that it was supposed to be built to? That's what I want to ask tonight.
And that's a very important question, because deadlines are one thing, but if you rush to get it done and it's not done properly, then you're endangering people's lives.
But Sheldon, but the next thing I wanted, I say I'm going, but anyway, tonight I wanted to find out, like, when a deadline is given. Laughing. When a deadline is given, is the deadline in collaboration with the people doing the engineering, was the deadline is I find that go finish by this certain time? So I'll say that.
Yeah, I think the deadline seems to be a political thing instead of an engineering thing. Because
Okay,
the engineers know what they have to do, and if there are challenges, because one of the things I learned years ago, if you know you could complete the project in January, tell people to go complete in August.
Yes, and while I'm here, let me preface this by saying I am in no way bashing the persons who are working in the general hospital, because I've been there last night and I know they're trying their best, right? Mm-hmm. But there are certain processes that must be fixed. I went to the hospital with my brother. He had a problem last night. And yes, there were nobody there. We were in and out in 45 minutes, right? No problem with his foot. No x-ray was done. Although somebody on the outside telling me, if it's emergency, they'll do x-ray. But it's emergency, the man kneecap gave way and he fell down. So first of all, they just ban his foot, give him a painkiller, foot swell up still, and tell him come back in 2 weeks.
No, you don't do that.
Without coming back.
I'm not a doctor, but that doesn't sound correct.
Exactly. At least they could say come back in the morning when the x-ray person is here. We could understand that, but luckily we got another doctor's opinion and we'll do the x-ray elsewhere. But I'm just saying these things need to be fixed. Even though you do not have an x-ray person for the night, at least let the patient come back in the morning, because you see a swollen foot, you see the kneecap, you see he can't even move his foot. When he's sitting on the wheelchair, he cannot put his foot, bend his foot up on the stand for the wheelchair. But thanks, we had a very nice security. I didn't take his name, and he was really wonderful, and one of the orderlies was wonderful. But when they brought him back out, I was like, oh, so quick. I said, what quick service? No injection, just a painkiller that didn't do anything. I don't know what strength it was. I can't say it expired because I didn't see the bottle, so we would not say that or accuse them. But it did nothing at all. And the problem process is really swell up a little bigger than it was last night. So I'm saying the Minister of Health and the government, by extension, need to look into that and stop turning away people because you do not see an open wound, because we described to you what was the problem. He didn't fall and damage anything per se. He was just walking normally and his foot just gave way, causing him to fall, which in my opinion would be a larger problem than if you just fall and hit your foot. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Thank you so very much.
All right, my brother. Thank you.
Yes.
All right. 4407377, and that push the volume up a little more. Yeah, let me see. Because I'm not sure. Some folks are saying they're hearing loud, others are not. I think the problem may not be on my end because my audio is pretty okay here. But I'll look into it over the weekend as well. We've got a caller line. Good night. Hello. We have a call online. Hello. Hello.
Hi. Good night, Mr. Scott.
Hi. How are you?
Pleasant. Happy New Year. Sorry, pleasant, but Happy New Year, sir.
And thank you so very much. Many happy returns.
That's good. I don't know, but to me, I just think that the Prime Minister has a good chance now, because we're talking about a cabinet shuffle.
Yeah.
I think he has a good chance to show his leadership skills, to show whether he have that characteristic, that qualities that make him a leader. Now, if a guy is going to use our parliament in a black country to decry one's blackness, to come along and use the word black, and when a person uses black in a negative way about another MP, to me, he's attacking the whole nation because we are in a black country. Mm-hmm. And if he's using blackness, now that could have a lot of harmful effect on our young people. They would lose self-confidence because they're black. I don't think that person should be working in our parliament. I think that person should be fired. I mean, I don't want to join the bandwagon and say everybody should be fired.
No, yeah, I agree with you. No, that person should be fired.
Should be really fired because, he's lacking something. He's lacking something. He doesn't understand. Even white people, some have died. They're giving up their life to fight racism. And here is this man in parliament being racist. And don't tell me, because somebody is black, they can't be against black people. That's nonsense. I believe this man should be fired, and I hope the Prime Minister use that opportunity and show his leadership quality and fire this man immediately. Thank you so much, Brother Sheldon, for listening to me.
All right. Thank you very much. Yeah, it seems as though that minister was having a mental health challenge on that day, because that kind of behavior, that wasn't a normal kind of behavior. Believe me, that wasn't a normal kind of behavior. That seemed as though he was having a mental health challenge on that day. You had to stop the sitting and go and calm him down, fan him and give him water to drink, all kind of thing. And Prime Minister had to talk to him and bring him back. Yeah. 440-7377. That's 440-737. Let me say a special good night to a lovely lady, Dr. Clarice Modest, the Honorable. A special good night to you, ma'am. Hope that you're having a wonderful night tonight. I know that you're listening, you know. Yeah, I know that you're listening. If it's one MP Ashore, and all the others listening as well, but if it's one Ashore, I know. Yes, I know Tanti Clarice there. I know she's listening. Right? 440-7377, 347-329-3101. Yeah. So, folks, I'm saying that it is difficult for me to understand without bringing in somebody new. How do you address the issues that are taking place within the present administration? We have a call online. Good night.
Good night, Mr. Sheldon Scott.
Happy New Year,
and good night to the Grenadian people, home and abroad.
Good night, good night.
Yes, and Happy New Year to everybody who's listening to my voice.
Many happy returns.
America, England, Canada, Europe, all over. Sheldon Scott, you know how long I'm listening? I've been listening to the different callers and listening to you. You're speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Sheldon, who is to be blamed? Listen to me tonight. Who is to be blamed for what is going on in Grenada, Carriacou, and Ethnic now? I'm not sorry. I am not sorry for what's going on right now. What NDC members doing to us. I'm not sorry. You know why? I catching me royal too, but I'm not sorry. I ban me belly. Listen to me. Dr. Mitchell. Good night, Doc. Good night and Happy New Year. That man, when he was the Prime Minister of Grenada, he put certain people in different offices because they was qualified to do the job. Some of them, their head gets so big, and they abuse the power I give them in the different offices to work. Right? A lot of Grenadians did not go out and vote because of some of the people he put in office. Who to be blamed? Who to blame for that? We have to blame ourselves. This man and the rest of MPs, these people are them begging, campaigning. He attended in a voice. And they warn us. They warn the Grenadian people, and the Grenadian people know. The only time I knew Mr. Deacon Mitchell when I used to go by the courthouse, I used to go on my court case someday. That man used to just pass. We could quote on him. and he bag and he go in the courthouse. That man didn't used to talk to people. Anyhow, all they say, the Grenadian people say they want a change. So they get a change. They get a good change. Because some of them say Kit Mitchell is an old man, time for him to go. So I am not sorry for what they're getting. I don't care what none of y'all out there listening me speaking now, and what all you have to say. I don't care. It's good. He have a lot of us just have a good man in the house. And a foreigner come for one night and he spend $500 on us. And we live with the command that us bring a little money every week. So it's good for them. I'm not sorry. I am not sorry for what's going on. And you could beg as much as you want, Shell and Scott, and tell the Mr. Deacon Mitchell to fire them. They don't find nobody. They don't find nobody.
We go see.
And Grenadians so hypocrite. They only talking. You see them police? They only talking so. They're still going back and vote for Deacon Mitchell. What's their bad mind? A lot of Grenadians, they're very hypocrite. They're very hypocrite. I on the ground. I on the ground. And I don't hear them. You don't hear what Deacon Mitchell said in Parliament? Oh, they beggy. They beggy. Yeah, what he said, they beggy. Right? So you know how to hold them. You know how to give them a little money to shut them up for 2 days. When they don't get it, start again. Oh, it's good for them. It's damn good for them, excuse me, good. I do sorry. And I getting me royal. I survive, I going through my separation. You're talking about the hospital. The man just talk about the hospital. Every day people go up there, they're coming back and say on the terminal. You have nothing going on. Grenadians have a little Christmas because of this family in England, there's family in America, there's family in Canada that send something for them. Yeah? We so ungrateful people. They say with their mouth, Kit Mitchell do nothing for Grenada. I don't bother yet. We only see that one little piece of cake remaining and piece of ham. February, March, April, banner your belly. Banner your belly. I don't start for none of it. And anytime ready, Sheldon, you could tell me don't call. I don't have a problem. Because I always say it on that station when I call. It's good. You know what you have, you know what you get in. Good night, Grenada. Miss you and Ben also. Happy New Year, darling. Happy New Year.
Thank you so very much, Cammy.
It's just a matter of time. Good night.
All right.
Good night. And I don't want nobody sorry for me.
All right, Cammy. You have a good night. Oh, like Cammy got already through to the 4407377. And I think we have a call online. Good night. Hello. Hello.
Hello, good night,
Hi.
Mr. Sheldon.
Dr. Modest.
So I hope you're hearing me.
Yes, I'm hearing you very clear. You can go right ahead.
Hello?
Yes, we're hearing you. And a happy new year to you. Hi, Dr. Modest?
Hello, happy new year.
Yeah, no, we're hearing you.
But
We're hearing you.
badly.
Oh, you're not hearing us?
Breaking up.
Oh boy,
badly.
I'm not sure why that is happening. And your call is a
hello?
direct call. Doc, hang up and give us a call back. Hang up and give us a call back.
Well, I'll try again.
Yeah,
I'll try
hang up and
again.
give us a call back. Yeah, I'm not sure why that is happening. Because it was clear all the time. Let me see. Oh, that means I'll have to spend most of the day inside here tomorrow once again. Yeah. So I'll have to spend most of the day inside here once again tomorrow. So let me try again. Hello? Are you hearing us better now, Doc?
Hello?
Hi, are you hearing us better now?
Hello, Mr. Sheldon?
Yes, ma'am. We are hearing you. But apparently you're not hearing
Is
us.
it any
But
better?
I'm hearing you absolutely clear. I'm hearing you clearly.
Okay, so I'm not hearing you very well, but if you're hearing me, I'll just go ahead with what I have to say.
Yes, you go ahead. We're hearing you.
Shalom, first of all, it's a new year, and you have done an excellent job for 2023, and I look forward to that trend continuing, and even to you getting to higher heights. The authenticity of the information that you pass on and the relevance of it to the Grenadian people, and it's not only that, but you getting people to listen, because you can relate and say all that you want, but if people are not listening so that they get educated and they are informed, then we're still in a lot of trouble. So I must compliment your listenership, and I have a sister-in-law in Canada named Marva. Well, I think she's listening more than me, I must say. And I want to encourage all of us to share more and encourage other people to listen, whether in country or in the region or internationally, where we have relatives all over the world, but especially UK, USA, Canada. We need to encourage that as well, because the truth needs to be told, and the truth shall set us free.
Mm-hmm.
I miss the old years. I cannot miss the first one in the new year. And my first, how shall I say it, my first duty is was to compliment you, and also the principal in the classroom.
Mm-hmm.
I have to do that as well. Excellent contributions on the part of both of you. But and also to compliment your listenership as the third one, which I did. And I just want to again reinforce my greetings to some persons, and to everyone actually. And I want to start with Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Claudius Mitchell, the leader of the opposition, for the way he continues to work in the party and to uphold proper principles, whether in Parliament or out of Parliament. I want to compliment him and a serious analysis of the budget that he had done, comprehensive analysis of the budget to create that awareness of the gross inadequacies of the budget. I want to compliment him. To my other colleagues, my sisters, Emmeline Pierre and Sister Kate Lewis Peters, and of course Brother Peter David, I think the opposition gave a good account for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I am always proud to be a member of the team, but I was really proud to be sitting on the other side, because the only side that made sense was the other side. Commendations to my colleagues, to my constituents. A number of persons, different people in the other place reported on their constituencies when they were not even voted into office. So that's the first time I hear people have a constituency that has not elected them. But for the constituency that elected me, I cannot help but repeatedly thank them for, repeatedly placing that confidence in me, consistently placing that confidence in me, and appreciating what I have been able to do under the leadership of the new National Party. And when I look at what we have achieved, I am pleased. There is always more to be done, but Rome took a lot of years to be built. It wasn't built in one day. And I want to thank them for the support, for being there, for sharing, for caring, and everything that they do so well. Constituents, I thank you, the constituents of St. Mark. To friends, to supporters, partners, every now and then we hold a little event in the constituency, and we cannot do it alone, but we have some people who have always stood by us through thick and thin and assisted us in many ways. And I want to thank, they know who they are. I don't want him to get into the name calling because, you know, when you leave out one, the person who is left out doesn't think about those you included, but the person remembers being excluded. So all of you, I remember all of you, and I appreciate you. To the staff at the Parliamentary Office for the contributions they have made, I thank you. And to all of Grenadians at home and abroad, I thank you. And we do have some other friends. I mean, well, you had some partners joining you in St. Lucia on different programs, and I think they did add, I don't know how much spice you have in St. Lucia, but they managed to add a bit of spice to your spicy program. And commendations. Every now and then I talk to someone who says that they listen every now and then to the program and they're not Grenadians. And through the classroom, a little request was made for some support for our Christmas program, and I want to thank those who extended a helping hand there, because to bring some cheer to the kids, the bouncing castle, the little treats that we gave and so on. You know, normally some kids would get under New National Party 3 and 4 toys. We are not able to do that at this time, but we hope in the not too distant future we'll be able to give at least each one a toy. But in the meantime, we had to improvise certain things so that we didn't have to select certain persons selected for us. So we're happy for that. And of course, to my family. Family is key. The support that they give consistently, constantly, cannot be measured. And I just want to say thank you to them, those who are abroad, those who are right here in the Tri-Island state. Without family, one, it is extremely difficult to survive. And the encouragement that they give and the advice and whatever help, I greatly appreciate it. So, Sheldon, tonight is my night for saying thank you. I want to take this opportunity not to focus on the negative, because there have been so many devastating things that have been said and done. But I just want to focus on the good people tonight who have been so gracious and kind and generous to me and to this constituency. And again, I want to end where I started off, to compliment you and the principal of the classroom for the excellent programs you give. Knowledge is power, and the truth shall set us free. So good night to Grenadians. I wish you all the best for 2024, that you have the fortitude, the courage, the strength to confront the challenges and to overcome them. Remember, God is there. God is standing by, as the song says. And let us not give up. And one of the speakers said something earlier. Those who were misled, either the Imanis who are going to get permanent, or the people on the seat who are going to get $650, because that is the first step getting out of poverty, and all of that in 12 months, and some of it had to be done immediately. But we are all still waiting for that. So let us just be thankful to God, and let us just, those of us who have, let us share with others and make their life a little easier. May God bless us in this 2024. And thanks to everyone.
All right. Thank you so very much, Doc. And you have a wonderful night tonight, and many happy returns and all your wonderful greetings. Okay, yeah, but Doc isn't hearing me. I'm not sure what took place there. So I will have the system checked tomorrow to ensure that whatever problem it is, that we're able to sort it out. 440-7377. And I was hoping Doc told us when Breadfruit Fest was coming up, because they do have Breadfruit Fest, and you have all different types of dishes made with breadfruit and so on. Just putting you all on notice, it is coming up. Whether it's going to be in February or March, I'm not sure. But Breadfruit Fest is coming up, so keep that one on your calendar. That it coming, but you ain't sure exactly when, but it coming up soon. All right, 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. Those are numbers for you to call and get on to the inside of tonight's program. Buzz Boss, you looking for Buzz Boss? Are you looking for problems? Oh my goodness, yes. We have a caller online. Hello, good night.
Good night, sir. How are you doing, Mr. Sheldon?
I'm quite fine. How are you doing?
Well, good enough, I should say.
All right.
I'm trying to feel good as much as possible.
All right.
I was trying to get through a while, but I'm glad Miss Modest got you.
Yeah.
So that I'm glad also that I get you after her, because I was so glad to hear her again. I always want to hear her too, eh?
Of course.
Sheldon, relative to that minimum wage issue
Mm-hmm.
and the adjustment of salary, an absolute necessary thing, eh? Very absolute and necessary for development, because you know when workers feel appreciated by getting a higher salary, they work a little harder, or hopefully they will work a little harder. But we have a situation, as much as that is necessary for the adjustment, we have a situation where the economy is not doing well. So you have a scenario developing here where you have to pay the workers the increase of the salary, but you're not making money. So you have 10 workers, for example, that you have to now increase salary for, but you're not making profit, business is not doing well, and especially given at that time of the year, after the lull, after the increase or the increase in sales that you might have had for the past few days, and it wasn't much for sure, because there have been too much complaint to make a difference. But as much as they might have had an increase in sales, the money that they collect for now, and it would be profit to an extent, will it be able to sustain January, February, and March before you might have another development in business? So here you have a problem, but you have to pay the workers. So you have 10 workers, for example. Would you be able to keep that 10 workers for the next 3 months and 4 months and 5 months before you have another pickup in sales? You might have to drop them. But if you have 10 workers and you drop 3 or 4 and keep the 6 or 7, the 7 or 6 that stay have to do the work of the 10 people that was there originally. So you see pressure on the workers now, and the pressure is on the businessmen, or the people who are doing whatever, the farmers, whatever, who need to employ workers to get the business going. They would now have to either drop people, get rid of people, and you have a whole downturn in the economic situation again. So you have a do or die situation between a rock and a hard place. The devil and the blue sea, as they would say that at some time too. So you see the situation we end up in? You see a situation
and
then.
One thing I
because
think
the economy is not doing well.
also one thing that needs to be made clear here when it comes to the minimum wage, if somebody is already working for above what is set as the minimum wage, this doesn't affect them. This only affects those who are working for under what is now set as the minimum wage. They are the ones that are going to have to see an increase in salary and so on. So because a lot of people are thinking that, because a lot of people are thinking this is additional to whatever they're getting now. But it is only applicable to those who are earning less than what is stated as the minimum wage.
And the whole thing at the same time too. Even if they cannot handle the minimum wage situation, and they have to keep those who have been there getting above the minimum wage already, then they have to do the added work.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? They will have to do the added work. So watch me. It's a what do you call it? Catch what situation?
A catch-22, yeah.
And it's a serious situation. Is that this thing? I mean, as much as it's necessary to increase the wage, it is a difficult situation given the situation that we have, the subjective aspect of it, where business are not doing well. The economy is not turning around. The economy is dead, or almost dead. Put it that way. The economic situation is very bad in Grenada. So let's not fool ourselves. The number of figures put in the budget doesn't change anything. What is on the ground practically happening is bad situation, pure and simple. So we could fool ourselves and think that money is going to flow because a budget has been read and they say that it's going to be spent and it's going to be spent. Where they getting the money to spend it in the first place? That's where the problem is. You anticipate and you hope that it will work out. But in a given situation, I don't see anything working out for the better in Grenada. Take care, General.
All right. Thank you so very much, bro. Right. And I think that would be our final call for tonight. But before I go, I just wanted you all to have a quick look at what the minimum wage is going to look like, yeah? So for industrial workers, those who are working in the garment industry, machine mechanics, cutters, machine operators, cleaners, etc. in the garment industry, so includes those kind of things. Machine mechanics, $100 per day. Cutters, $85 per day. Machine operators, $70 per day. Cleaners, $60 per day. Clerical workers, administrative assistants, cashiers, and receptionists, none of them. No clerical worker, administrative assistant, cashier, receptionist should be working for under $1,200 per month. Security guards are now $9.25 per hour. Domestic workers, $60 per hour. Sanitation workers, $108 per day. So domestic workers, $60 per day. I think I said $60 per day. Sanitation workers, $108 per day. Early childhood workers, $1,200 per month effective January 1st, 2024, and $1,400 effective January 1st, 2025. Yeah? Caregivers of the elderly, including homes to the aged, early childhood workers, $1,400 per month. And when it comes to that one, I'm hearing some stories as regards some of the caregivers where they're being told that this doesn't apply to them. I'm digging into it. I'll find out some more. Workers in bakeries, oven bakers, $375 per week. Pastry men, women, $350 per week. Wrappers and packers, $300 per week. Agricultural workers, let me just bring it back. Agricultural workers, $60 per day. And again, this is the minimum. If they're working for over this already, it does not affect them. You cannot reduce it down. You cannot reduce it down to what the minimum is. But if it's over the minimum, then they're pretty all well and okay. Construction workers, so they have carpenters, class A, $120 per day. B, $100 per day. C, $80 per day. Masons, class A, $110 per day. B, $95 per day. And C, $75 per day. Joiners, class A, $120. Class B, $100. Class C, $80 per day. Painters, similarly, class A, $120 per day. Class B, $100. Class C, $75. Plumbers, class A, $100 per day. Class B, $90 per day. Class C, $75 per day. Electricians, class A, $120 per day. Class B, $95 per day. Class C, $75 per day. Steel benders, class A, $110 per day. Class C, $90 per day. Class B, $90 per day. Class C, $75. Laborers, $60 per day. Helpers, $65 per day. In the transportation sector, vehicle drivers, I'm seeing that blank, but according to the weight of the vehicle, under 5 tons, $80 per day. 5 to 20 tons, $100 per day. More than 20 tons, $110 per day. Bus drivers, no less than $80 per day. Bus conductors, no less than $60 per day. And helpers, utility workers, $1,400 per month. Media workers, reporters, $375 per week. Announcers, radio announcers, $375 per week. Employees in the call center industry, no less than $8.50 per year. Workers in the hospitality industry, basic rates, cooks, $9.50 per hour. Cook assistants, $8.60 per hour. Bartenders, $9.50 per hour. Bartender assistants, $8.60 per hour. Waitresses, $9.25 per hour. And the assistants, $8.50 per hour. Porters, $8.50 per hour. So that's just to let you all know what the minimum wage. We have to talk a bit about NIS. There has been an increase on one end and a reduction in the benefit. So we're going to be speaking about that during this week as well. So folks, that's all the time we have for tonight. And let me tell you all something. All who have strayed and gone far from home, time to come back home. Yeah? Time to come back home. Right? It is time for you to return and come back into the fold of the new national party. You're seeing what's happening to your country. You cannot sit idly by and allow your country to go down that disastrous path that we're heading down right now under this administration. It is time to come back home. Our arms are open wide to welcome you. It is time to come back home. Folks, that's all the time we have for Talking Points tonight. And whatever you do, whatever you say, do it safe and secure. Want to be speaking to and with you, and definitely not about you. My name is Sheldon Scott, and I'm out of here. Our very first program for 2024. We look forward with God's blessings, health, and strength to continue bringing the information to and with you for the rest of 2024 and beyond. I am out. And I think I'm going and touch a tune back from Karakou, man. Yeah, I'll go back to Karakou.
Social function is on. When you come home tired and soaking wet, is my night of treatment you have to get. But tonight is back and all in the dance. Just give me the music and let me prance. I don't care how you're feeling, as long as you're in this party. I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming. As long as you're in this party, I'm coming. Show your body is in the line. To hold and wine, 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 wine. start coming down in rubber dub style. Though the music change, no one complaining. I could feel the pressure the young man digging. If you see Elaine, she miniskirt. And the way she whining to White Gilbert, jumping and shouting. As long as you're in the party, I come in, I come in, I come in. What you say? As long as you're in this party, I come in, I come in, I come in. All you have to do is hold on and wine. You ain't leaving me behind. Make sure your body is in the line. To hold on and wine, 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 wine.
Get down to roots, remember we tradition. For this Cambule, Jambalasi ruling this time. Yes, we everywhere, taking it from the grapevine. We breaking all rules with fun, picong and rhyme. If the campaign didn't pass in the yard, they wouldn't have say, oh, me mad bad, no joking.